And let me tell you how sick this woman is. The reason why she went with her cousins is I left her and she knew I was never coming back. Larry convinced her, you need to go ahead and get a divorce. And so when he figured that out, so it took about 3.5 weeks. He talked to her, don't let him come back. I wasn't coming back. I'm gone forever. Okay. As soon as he knew it was locked in, Tasha, that's when he called his wife and asked her for he wants a divorce. She called him down 2 times, Ebony Weathers. Mm-hmm.
So they both divorcing at the same time?
No. He asked his wife for a divorce after he slept with Keke. And he knew it.
Keke Wyatt has gone from being known as the eternal baby mama to now being accused of stealing someone's husband. Her ex finally came forward and exposed everything that was happening behind closed doors in their marriage. From accusations of incest to stories about men running away from her, the things he shared were downright unbelievable. He described her as toxic, manipulative, and someone who drags everyone around her into emotional chaos. But honestly, that wasn't even the part that shocked people the most. According to him, Keke was cheating on him the entire time, and not with some random man, but with her own cousin. And now the two of them are allegedly working together, trying to scam folks out of their money by setting up a fake church.
And so 3 weeks after I left, she cannot be alone, a lunatic. And so she figures out that I'm not coming back. I'm never coming back. Okay? Smart girl. And so she calls her cousin, who's still married to his wife, has him to come. He comes like 1 or 2 times. The second time, he stays. He convinces her, you got to divorce him. The goal is for Larry to get his divorce, her to get her divorce. He called Ebony after he was telling her he locked it in, asking his wife for a divorce. So this woman stole her cousin away from his wife and had her own cousin to come live with her, and they began an ancestral.
When I first heard this mess, I couldn't believe it. And now you're about to hear it too. The way he laid everything out about Keke and their marriage made it sound like pure hell. And honestly, it makes you wonder if Keke might have been the common denominator in all of her relationship problems. She has had more drama in her 3 failed marriages than she's had in her singing career, which is sad because she is incredibly talented. Her first marriage was at just 18 years old to her road manager, Ramad Morton. Those 9 years were filled with so many DV incidents that no one could keep track, including the time she stabbed him in self-defense. That marriage finally ended in 2009. Keke said those years made her a stronger woman, but apparently stronger meant she was about to cause just as much damage as she had taken. Then came her second marriage to Michael Jamar, which somehow managed to be even more chaotic. While Keke was 8 months pregnant and the family was caring for a child battling cancer, Michael filed for divorce. The timing was wild. Who leaves his wife when she's that close to giving birth? But according to Michael, he had his reasons. He said their marriage had become so toxic that he couldn't survive it anymore, even though he still loved the kids and Keke. He released a statement saying, "For over 7 years, I have been Keke's husband, backbone, friend, confidant, and support system. I have loved, raised, supported, and cared for every child in our family, biological or not, including our son, who is currently battling leukemia. I will continue to be that person and do all of these things, but I will not be her husband." He made it clear that he didn't want the kids living in an unhealthy environment, and he promised to stay involved as a father. And their son, the one battling leukemia, hasn't had kind words for Keke lately either. A few months ago, he revealed that when he came out as gay, she told him that if she had known he would grow up like men, she would have let him die during his cancer treatment.
Finger down if you were diagnosed with cancer as a teenager and your parent decides to publicly announce your diagnosis for personal gain and attention, but behind the scenes saying that your diagnosis is karma for you being a part of the alphabet mafia. And if they known that you were going to turn out like this, they could have kept their name.
Setting jokes aside, what mother says something like that to her child? But Keke wasn't staying quiet about anything. She hopped on social media immediately and started putting Michael on blast.
You want to know something, America? When you 8 months pregnant, you got a child sick in and out of the hospital, and your husband got the nerve to tell you that he wants a divorce because he says that you're he says that you're an emotional wreck. He says that from the very beginning, you never trusted me and all that kind of stuff. Like, yeah, telling other people, other women that we getting a divorce and if she calls or it's like, what? Like, I am so done with Michael Jamar. Y'all can have him and roast his.
But trust me, Keke wasn't losing any sleep over Michael leaving. Just a few months later, she was married again, this time to her third husband, Zachariah. And soon after that, she announced her 9th pregnancy. They got married in 2018, and by July 2024, Keke announced she was divorced once again and relieved to be free. She said she was finally done with his torture and ready to move on to something better. But if she thought Zachariah was going to walk away quietly, she was wrong. He went on every interview he could find, spilling every messy detail, and his story didn't make Keke look like a victim at all. He said Keke pushed him away the same way she drove Michael out the door.
When she see this, Keke mama, Miss Lorna Jean, I'm sorry, Miss Lorna Jean, Keke's mama. She cried. She had told me a couple times, but she cried her heart out. Keke, she missed it. She was on the other side of the bed. She was in the bedroom. And my daddy was from Thomasville, Georgia. That's why I got this little accent or whatever.
No, you good. So
my daddy was from Thomasville, Georgia. And she was crying and bawling her eyes. And here's what she said. She knew the calling on my life. She said, Zach, please don't leave my daughter. Because if you leave her, I believe, I don't want to be spared, forgive me. Yeah. I believe that she will meet her demise because she's going to self-destruct. She's been on a path to self-destruct and it's going to eventually keep up with her. And I don't know how much longer she'll be.
According to Zach, just 3 weeks after he moved out, Keke already had another man living in the house around the kids, and that man was her married cousin. Yes, her married cousin. Let that sink in. Zach claims the cousin wasn't just visiting or checking on the family. He and Keke were allegedly having an affair while she was still married to Zach. And Zach couldn't understand why Keke kept playing the victim when she wasn't acting innocent at all.
I loved her back then. She got worse. All this stuff, the marriage when I met and whatever, she wasn't as bad. She wasn't like this when she was younger. She wasn't as bad as this. Life experiences or whatever, it just, and she took it all out on me. But then again, Michael Jamar, you're hearing the same old story. Abuse.
And listen, Zach didn't just talk, he came with receipts. And here's the kicker. Keke is still seeing this cousin, and the two of them are planning to open a church together. Zach also suggested that Keke's habit of letting different men in and out of the house has caused real problems for the kids. He even claimed that one of her children was inappropriately touched, and Keke knew about it, but ignored it because she didn't want to put the man out. There have also been rumors that because of all the overlap between her cousin and Zach, the baby she had around that time might not even be Zach's.
Me, and it's like Keke is grown, she could do what she want to do, but personally, my mom always had a different boyfriend, and we didn't tell her till she got older. Those boyfriends tried to touch on us.
See?
And so for Keke to have a revolving door of men, to me that's concerning, because it's like, how are you able to watch? How many kids does she have? 13? 11 kids? And you're bringing in different men around your children. And then on top of that, you claim that she has a severe drinking problem to the point where how could she be a proper mother? Wow. And then me and you spoke about.
At this point, social media is convinced that Keke Wyatt may have been the problem all along. One person wrote, the ex-husband should take a DNA test on that baby. Another said, once every 2 years, people find out Keke Wyatt is a terrible person. Kijam, and someone else added, the Keke Wyatt news isn't shocking to me. A woman who would lay up and birth that many kids doesn't have a lack of sense, nor do I expect to be as sane a person. So tell me this, after everything we just went through, do you think Keke Wyatt is being misunderstood, or has she really been the issue all along? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and make sure you like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss a story from Kayla Knows News.